Okay, so I started the Let's Play, and I got all the way up to 1846 with this, and you're going, wait a minute, what happened to the 10 years? You're supposed to, like, do this without pausing. And I go, yeah, I know, I'm supposed to do it without pausing. But see, I was reading a history of the Crimean War, and man, after this last war I had with Austria, I have done way too much damage. And in fact, the Egyptians have kind of gotten all out of control here in ways that should not be tolerated by the great powers. You see, these guys were walking on eggshells. They did not want to do anything that could potentially get all the other ones to gang up on them. And, slicing up Austria like a smoked sturgeon, this is not a very fun historical thing. Russia wanted to cut up the Ottoman Empire just fine, but making something that looks like a bit of Poland next to a country that has a lot of Poland that's been very unruly, they don't want that. In fact, I shouldn't want that either. I got chunks of Poland too. What am I doing? This is crazy stuff. So I need to go back to the start. I'm going to do the same moves that I did at the beginning of the other game because they're sound moves, but I'm going to do some different settings. And in particular, let's go to the game rules. AI behavior toward players, this needs to be maxed out. This will help keep me from doing something dumb, and will cause all the other players to jump on my case, and I have to back down if I do overextend. And AI aggression, it also should be much lower. They need to be doing fewer diplomatic plays, and they should be less inclined to conquer territory, because I believe that is what historically should be going on. So let me go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to pause this and do the setup, and then I'm going to unpause after I get to 1836. All right, we're ready to go. I got everything set up like I want before I unpause. I'm still going to be improving relations with Russia and France because that's the thing to do, as well as the guys that aren't yet members of my little trade club here. I'd love to get Brunswick in there pretty quickly. If you're wondering about the aspects, I am on the road, and yeah, I'm playing on a laptop as opposed to my big old big screen at home, so I got the little screen here on the road. Let's go ahead and unpause and see what happens. And yes, just to clarify one more time here, if we go over here, go to game rules, now AI behavior is harsh, but aggression is low. Meaning we're going to see a much more realistic behavior, I think. Empire of Austria in particular, there needs to be something in the game that makes the Empire of Austria break out in hives if anybody starts a war anywhere near it, because it just barely holds together, and anything can shake its little ethnic makeup and cause it to spill out somewhere. They don't want to see anything happen in the Ottomans. They don't want to see anything happen in Russia. Germany, come on, guys, can't you just not unify Germany? In fact, Prussia was kind of against unifying Germany in some ways. They thought, why should we, go with the rest of the Germans? They're not Prussians. They don't get us. But there were things that happened as nationalism spread across Germany. People were rioting in Prussia because they weren't unifying with the rest of Germany. And that kind of pushed them into things. There's a lot of how nations get pushed into other activities that they don't really want to do that cause the other nations to get mad at them is because they got the popular opinion pushing for it. So I want to see if I can simulate that with this particular run. Okay. We're going to hit speed 5 and start playing. As before, we're building out in Silesia. It's going to go great there. German national identity. That's wonderful. Okay, pause here. The Schleswig-Holstein question. This is, oh my gosh. Lord Palmerston in England said there were only 3 people who understood the Schleswig-Holstein question. One of them, he said, was Crown Prince Albert, who is dead. This is an interview after Crown Prince Albert died. The second was a foreign minister who went insane. And he said, the third is me, but I've forgotten everything about it. Let's put the Schleswig-Holstein question into perspective. This goes all the way back to Crusader Kings 3. If you want to really simulate the Schleswig-Holstein question, you've got to start there. Because that's when Schleswig becomes tied to Denmark, and Holstein becomes tied to the Holy Roman Empire, but Schleswig and Holstein are tied to each other because there's a thing written in the 1200s that says Schleswig and Holstein should always be taken together as a unit. Oh my gosh. So that thing in the 1200s, and how the Schleswig part is under Danish law for rules of succession, but Holstein is under Salic law for rules of succession, which means you can't have a woman inherit. That's the whole reason Hanover breaks its union with England, because the King of England dies and a woman inherits. Sorry, Salic law says you don't get Hanover, Victoria. Well, the same Salic law would also say that Holstein would not be inheritable by a woman, which at the time, if we look at Denmark, this guy here, King Frederick von Oldenburg, there's a tip there. He's in the House of Oldenburg. He doesn't have a female, or he doesn't have a male heir. He's got a female heir, and they're thinking, well, we got to do a rule here that says we can keep Schleswig and Holstein, but Holstein's going to have a new rule. It's no longer going to be under Salic law, and this causes a huge outrage in the Romantic part of Germany that's saying we need to have that. The Salic law is a German thing. Oh my gosh, how dare the Danes do that? Schleswig and Holstein should be going over to the House of Oldenburg, and they should be ruled by an Oldenburg family member. And the Danes are going like, well, no, we're Denmark. We own this stuff. We're a small country, but you can't take that from us. Come on, man. And this leads to the First Schleswig-Holstein War, which starts in 1848. And it's, yes, that 1848. The rest of Europe is heaving and hoeing with all kinds of uprisings. The Austrians are dealing with Hungary, and the Russians are saying, can we help? Can we help? And the Austrians are going, okay, you can help, but geez, I don't want to ask for your help. France has got their revolution going on, and people are pressuring the Kaiser, hey, come on, man, do something about that. So they make a grab. They cross the border into Jutland, and that makes everybody else get real mad at them and start threatening things. And so they have to step back and basically let Denmark keep Schleswig and Holstein. And that gets decided 3 years later. Imagine fighting a war with Denmark and losing the humility. Well, you cut ahead to the 1860s, and there's another succession crisis, and this whole Salic law, House of Oldenburg thing comes in, but this time Prussia is moving pretty strong to saying, hey, Austria, you need to help me bring these two in line. They are really part of Greater Germany. And Austria goes, yeah, you're right. And Prussia says, you know what, Austria, you should really invade them. We'll help you. And Austria goes, yeah, we will. So Austria takes Holstein and Schleswig and liberates them from Denmark. And then after it's done that, realizes, oh, wait, snap, we made a mistake, right? And Prussia goes, hell yeah, you did, pow, and beats them up in the Prusso-Austrian War. And after that, they're able to unify Germany, and they get Schleswig and Holstein in the deal. Thanks, Austria, ha, ha, ha. So that's the Schleswig-Holstein question. In the game, it's just, bro, get it to where the Schleswig and Holstein are not under a non-German country, something like that, and the Prussia's got them. Okay, I can do that, sure, but I'm going to be careful about it because I don't want to have the First Schleswig War that results in a stalemate or Danish victory, depending on how you want to read it, and I don't want to wind up in a drawn-out thing. I wanted to go quickly there. All right, well, let's see. Speaking of going quickly, let's go ahead and just sort our things out here, get rid of the ones that are inactive. Thank you, mod that automates my trade. We'll just keep rocking and rolling. Yeah, here it's only January 27th, and I've hit pause to talk about the Schleswig-Holstein issue. Let's continue. And I have no idea how this is going because, I'm on my laptop. I can't see a timer or anything. But I'll try to figure it out somehow. Okay, so we're making diplomatic ties with everyone. We're building out the stuff in Silesia. We're up to 33 on our construction. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and cancel this Clipper thing here. It's inactive. Whatever. And it's looking pretty good. Okay. What else is going on with history? There are so many things that I read in this history of the Crimean War. If you're interested, it's in the Modern Battles series. It has kind of a gray cover with green lettering on it, the Crimean War. There's another volume in the series about the Prussian Wars of Unification. That is what I'm planning to read next. Is a really good series. Instead of it being one huge book, it's a collection of essays written by scholars. So, if you will, if you're in the historical field, it's a collection of secondary sources, but they do a lot of quoting of the primary source material. So it's really good there. It's a nice critical study of various aspects of the war. One thing we need in this game, and let me go to the army view here while I just build out stuff in the old Silesia. Okay, I've got my army here, and I can see that they've got some manpower and some morale and organization and how much they cost to run and how well dug in they are and how well they fight. This is nice. We even see attrition. Okay, attrition is abstracted here. What we need to see, I think, in this game is attrition due to, number one, disease, and number two, desertion. Desertion was a major, major concern, especially in armies that were a bit on the poor side. Russia, Ottoman Empire, Austria. If you couldn't pay your troops, they didn't stick around for long. They got the heck out of Dodge. They left. And you may want to see, am I paying my troops enough? Oh, excuse me, I have a mining accident. Okay, do I want to boost my trade unions or do I want to boost my industrialists? I don't want to boost my rural folk. These guys start passing things like deindustrialize, and I'm like, no way. I kind of like the trade unions because they push for all kinds of stuff that me as a 20th century... Well, I was born in the 20th century. I live in the 21st century. I like progressive ideas of equality and, letting women own their own property and things like that. I kind of like it. And the trade unions tend to be in favor of that. But let's go with the historical option. Face the fact. Sorry, poor people. You don't get to have a say. We're going to improve the interest group, the industrialists, and let them go, even though they're going to push for things that I don't like. That seems to be the historical thing to do. And while we have it paused, let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, things are expensive. Tell me something I didn't know. All right, let's just keep marching on. Where were we talking? Oh yes, disease and desertion. Desertion is a huge deal, and maybe instead of having something like this under budget, where yes, I know this is easy to click if you're on a console, but maybe if we had like a little slider and you could control it with your little console thing, bit, get it maxed out, bit. Maybe some more divisions here on our military wages where we could really goose them up or really take them down, and that would help us to have better control over our situation. In fact, if we look at the way that the Russians and Ottomans and Austrians did it, there were some Ottoman troops, they didn't even pay them, the Bashibazouks. They were just given arms and ammunition, and their payment was whatever they could loot. So take that military wage and wank it way down there. Yeah, just turn it all the way down. And then that way your army becomes more affordable, especially when you mobilize. And then for disease, if we were tracking diseases, number one, we're going to have cholera outbreaks whenever we have an army in the field that's sort of sitting around, and they should probably break out by our strategic region. For example, cholera outbreak in Danubia region. Oh no, if your troops are sitting around in Danubia, get them out of there. Move over to some other place. If they're actively fighting, they're going to have worse attrition than before. If you can't get them out of there, oh well, too bad. Everybody in that strategic area is going to be afflicted by cholera. And if you take your European army and send it to Africa, or really your army from anywhere in the world and send it to any other part of the world where they've got diseases you don't have back home, then it should spike on your disease attrition because you're getting malaria or something horrible like that. In a way, it should be wiping them out until you discover the tech that deals with that. That needs to be there. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. We have a chance to get a trade deal with England or with the Russian Empire. Now that I've been building up the Russians, let's take a look at those ongoing. Yeah, the Russians are almost done with their buildup. I'm going to take a trade deal with England, and this means I'm not going to give them a lot of access. I'm not going to be in their actual market, but I am going to trade a lot with them because that's going to build my relationship with them. And I want to have nice relationships with all my neighbors because I am going to take some things from some of my smaller neighbors, that Schleswig-Holstein issue. So even though I don't like this from an economic aspect, I'm going to click accept, and I've got some mods going that should make Britain do things a little bit better than they normally do. So we'll take that. And Russia, you're about to max out anyway. Let's go ahead and get that trade deal going. I'm not going to turn you down, bro. In fact, now that we're at minus 25, I could just take this and we can cancel that particular improvement of relations because we've got the trade deal going. If we hover over here, trade agreement plus 1%, improved relations plus 3%, we're fine. We're in no hurry to start conquering Europe, so I can do that part there. And now that we see Hanover, it's 1837, they're no longer British. Let's see if the local group here wants to join in or anything. They are still not quite ready. Let's give them a little more time here. They'll do it with an obligation, but if I give them an obligation, they're going to use it to start an alliance with me, and that's going to suck in so much diplomatic points an alliance with Hamburg. This I don't need. A protectorate over Hamburg, yes, I'd like that, but I don't need an alliance with them. So let's just keep marching on here as Prussia and cook. And wow, we have not dipped below zero for our gold, and we're about to start bankrolling here. We've got 2.27 million on the gold reserves, and we got 2.01 million banked up. Guys, we're building things that are going to be more profitable. Let's pause this here. I've got two choices. One would be to cut taxes. Two would be start building up my my construction capacity in another province. Because right now, Silesia is the star here. I got max 15 there. Where's the next best place to build things besides Silesia? It's going to be Westphalia. Why Westphalia? Because they've got coal, iron, sulfur, and logs. Oh yeah, all they need is lead, which I believe Silesia has. Silesia's got everything. Westphalia is another good one there. Let's go ahead and max out our construction sector in Westphalia. And I'm going to hold down the Alt key so that gets built first. Okie dokie. And then once that's all built, we'll finish building Silesia. And then over here, let's get some logging camps. Just stack them up. Why? Because I'm in a trade agreement with England. And I bet you now, if I look at my wood, there it is. Wood. Well, okay, I'm not yet trading it, but I'm about to. Yeah, I'm number 10 worldwide. When I get up there, British are going to come calling. And I'll make some money with that. But if I build out my construction sector, I'm going to pay for that more. So let's see if that helps out. And then with good construction and the good other raw materials, then we'll start building some more railroads and universities and what's that other thing called? I can't remember. Railroads, universities. Oh, yeah, government buildings to get more taxes. There we are. Because I am behind on taxes. I could get another 2K in tax. Oh, this is... What? No. How can I be up plus 20? Oh, there we are. Okay, minus 3. That's good. I want to see that deficit there. Dang, it jumped up. It was scary. It jumped up again. Scary. Come on, guys. Build out that construction capacity. We want to be a little negative right now so we don't stockpile gold. Meanwhile, our standard of living is doing quite nice. Literacy, we're level on that. We need to work on the literacy, that's for sure. But by all means, we're going to be very careful in this game. Now we'll step back here. France is going to knock out Algeria. I expect that to happen. That's okay. We expect that. And Russia is going to annex the senior Jews. They've already got the other Jews. That makes sense too. Oh, geez, already the French are doing a revolt. Hold on. Pause that game, folks. Because before I deal with the French revolt, and I will deal with the French revolt, I'll see if I can leverage them for something. We've got these Caucasian imamates and Republic of Circassia. These two thorns in Russia's side. Wow. If Russia goes, it should be where if Russia goes in against them hard, the Ottoman Empire gets right back in their face and says, "Oh no, you don't." And if the Ottomans have any support from anyone else, they should be able to back them up. It's not as bad as what the Russians were threatening to do to the Ottomans. They wanted to cut the Ottomans up and say, let's just make the whole thing of Ottoman in Europe, just give everything back. And that's in 1853 they're talking about it. And the French response was like, oh, no, you don't. Let's slice Russia up instead and dish out Poland and Finland and the Baltic states and hand them out to everybody. The whole dismembering of a nation. I know in Victoria II, it was something that you really couldn't do until much later in the game, like 1890, 1900. Kids, they're talking about dismembering nations in the 1850s. That needs to be on the table diplomatically. All right, over here in France, let's let this thing get to where they're serious about it, and let's see if any side wants to accept my help. Okay, the rebels, no, but the Frenchies, they'll give me a diplomatic pact, a trade agreement. So what you're saying is you're going to give me an opportunity to use up more of my stuff for a thing you would already accept, right? I was hoping you were going to hand me, like, I don't know, Algeria or Somalia or something. I don't know. Well, they don't have Somalia, but the other, it's just somewhere. A nice colony would be nice. Fine. I need to declare my interest anyway. I've got two more. I'll take Arabia for 500 and the Balkans because they happen to be nearby. I don't care. Anyway, I don't really want to trade agreement. Or maybe I do want a trade agreement with France. All right, tell you what, France, I'll offer you support. I'll take that trade agreement. There we go. And I'll send in the Main Army, which is really a division. We'll just send them over there. And the Elbe division, because it's not an army, we'll go over here. There we are. There you go, friends. I didn't have to help you, but I'm making so much bank right now, I thought I would. And that's going to get us up to 1838. All right, 2 solid years. And there's an iron shortage. What the heck? Okay, let's pause that. Why we got an iron shortage here? Okay, let's go ahead and go to our balance. What's going on here? Wow. We need to make more of this stuff. Well, let's import some. There's a good one from the Belgian market. Maybe we should conquer Belgium. No, says the rest of Europe. That's too mean. Yeah, we should protectorate it. That's still mean. All right. And we're getting these inactive routes here. And I need more iron, but I don't need sulfur. Let me just cancel some of these other ones here and see if I get in trouble with them or not. That one just breaks even. We'll leave it there. If we're at the break-even point, we're fine. And can we do something about getting some more iron, people? What do we got? Well, first of all, we got everything built there. So let's go ahead and go to our rural and go to iron. And where are we going to make the most profits? Westphalia and Silesia will make some more. How much iron do we need? We needed like 900 of it before we started the trade routes. Let's go down here. Yeah, we need it. Yeah, we could build some here. So if I do 5 in Westphalia and 5 in Silesia, that'll get us about 5 times 400 more. So there we go. And they'll get some nice economies of scale there. They're getting more than 40 per level. I like that. They're going to drop in productivity if I build any more, but, well, we'll see. We'll see about that once we get them actually going. And that'll be some time ahead of us there. So enjoy your German troops there, France. And if we lose the war, oh well, it'll just throw you into further turmoil. I'm okay with that. But I want to look like I'm a good player here. I'm going to be a good neighbor. And, oh, geez, here it comes here. Defensive pact. Okay, we've just now maxed out on, looks like Brunswick and Hanover. And they're both saying invite to customs union with an obligation. That's not good enough. We need to start bankrolling these guys. Start bankrolling. We need to get them up into friendly or get them past cautious. And while we're doing it, we're still making lots of money. Let's go ahead and bankroll these three guys. Can I bankroll the other one? No, I can't yet because I don't have enough stuff for it, but that's okay. Once we max out on France, we'll come by here. I'll come back for Hamburg. We'll see. Or I mean Hamburg. I should use the right word. Oh, wow. Enact poor laws. So let's look at these poor laws here while the French are killing each other. Yeah, this looks pretty legit. Who's going to be mad about it if I pass it? Uh-oh. Looks like the Junkers don't like it, but it's only they only take them down to a -1. The industrialists will support it, and so will the trade unions. Huh. When's the last time they agreed on something together? Yeah, let's do that. Ba-boom. And while we're doing that, how can I strengthen my government any? I think I may have missed that part. Nah, we can go to 68 if I kick the Junkers out, but I'll stay on 71 and just keep them around. They'll be happy until we pass the trade union thing or the poor laws, and then they'll be unhappy about that. And I'll delete this sugar here and move over there. Ooh, wow, -375. We should do something about our... Oh, because we got the Junkers mad, and now they dropped out on our thing there. What, we're being invaded by French peasant revolt in Pommern? Das ist sehr doof. Mobilize und... No, just don't make sure you're stationed in... Yeah, you're good there. All right. Fight them off, because I sure don't have any navy to do it. Wow, that's a big fleet. Wow, that's how big is the army coming at me? French peasant revolt is 10 against 42. Okay, we got this, guys. We got this. All right, and the armed forces want me to pass secret police. Yeah, I like secret police. Let's do that. Okay, in 5 years. All right, I got to remember secret police after we do poor laws. In the meantime, we just got the new mining tech. Let's go over here to our iron mines and see about condensing engine pump. Look at that. Productivity boost by 10. Yes, please. Coal mines. That boost. Okay, we'll make some more of that. Lead. Okay, boost productivity. We'll do it. Sulfur. How are we doing there, guys? No boost in productivity. And we actually lose earnings. All right, so we'll hold off on the sulfur. For logs, if we prioritize softwood, we're going to get a big boost there. And they're going to get mad. We're going to have a shortage of hardwood. There it is. There's the shortage of hardwood. Let's click on the hardwood icon and import it from Russia. You guys got a lot of hardwood. Don't take that out of context, people. And eventually we'll build more of the stuff. But for now, we'll stick to that. Okay, let's keep doing it. We'll unpause here. We'll fight off that thing there. We got the hardwood shortage. We'll fix that up in a minute here. We're making a lot of money on the old wood houses of faith. We could do that without the evangelical church. Thank you. We don't need you churchy people. Not the way you think we do. Let's take a look at wood. Ooh, we actually got extra wood? Well, that's great. And wow, we're not exporting all of our wood. That's great. I love to see that, because in other games that was a problem. Okay, 1839. Looks like France is not doing very well there. Yeesh. Are we losing soldiers here? Are we getting killed? What's our casualty count here? We've lost 23,000. Wow. Jeez. Well, maybe we don't belong here after all, folks. Let's withdraw. I think that might be the thing to do. And then they get mad at us there. Ooh, the poor are burdened on us. No, there must be ways. Oh, wait, -20 enactment? Yeesh. Let's do... I mean, I want to enact the law, but I don't want to make the intellectuals mad. Or do I? Well, how do they feel right now? They're at -1. No, I don't want to make them mad. Sorry, law. You may not pass. That's okay, because I got to get the secret police passed. Ooh. It looks like the French peasant revolt is going to knock the king out. So, Jeremy Marais, good to know you. Hope you're going to be a good neighbor, because I for sure would like to... Whoa, that's a lot of things that just went nuts on me there. And it looks like they're coming out of the Ottoman Empire, Egypt, and Italy. Something's going on over there. And I bet it ain't good. Okay, we can probably drop these iron routes. Yeah. Why am I not killing off the mana wars? Because I know I don't make any. And it'll immediately go to the negative there. We got a war going on here, guys? No? Well, okay. I guess something else happened. All right. We'll live with it. We'll live with it. Oh, wow. They are getting cleaned out. Let's, yeah. Well, we're educated more. This is going to, let's defend. Let's defend. Let's not attack. Let's conserve our manpower here, and let's defend. And you can also let's defend. Everybody's going to defend. We're going to hide. This is there. If they get over here into Westphalia and Rhineland, we need to hold the line. Oh, good. The war is over. Oh, no, they're fighting us. Oh, good. Now they're not fighting. Okay, great. Okay, well, Journey Marais. I hope it doesn't flip over to de Broglie or anything like that. And we no longer have a trade deal with France because it's now a different France. We could, yeah, they don't, they're antagonistic, sure, but they're neutral. So that helps out. I would really like it if you guys here would hurry up and join our customs union. That would be swell. But not demand a little thingy from me, because that's mean. Okay. Whoa, Kingdom of France. First of all, let me bankroll Hamburg. Second of all, what? King Louis de Bourbon. Okay, you put the legitimists are now running things. That was pretty quick after a peasant rebellion. I don't know how I feel about that. Although they're cooperative, which is better than antagonistic. All right, well, we'll just see what happens there. Meanwhile, I'm building lots of cool stuff here. We're only at -8 per week. And we've taken our gold reserves down to 549. And we are, look at us, we're building logging camps in Westphalia and a railway in Silesia. We are rocking and rolling with all that. And we're going to adopt the poor laws. It's looking good. We don't have any setbacks. We've moved along. That's going to help me get to where I'd like to be and get the secret police involved, because nothing says loving like secret police from the oven there. Secret polices were something that all these guys like to have, where they were restrictive. Prussia, Russia, and Austria. These are the three emperors, the Holy League, the Holy Alliance, the League of Three Emperors. They always like to oppress their population, and they needed that secret police. Now, we don't see secret police in England. And in fact, England, if we take a look at their policies, what is here? Poor human rights, right of assembly. Yeah, they don't have censored press. So that means we should see things where you don't have a censored press. That's where the popular press really needs to be able to drive and make it where you wind up getting pushed into things that you didn't want to get pushed into, because the press is making you want to do it. The press really goaded the British Parliament into moving against Russia for the Crimean War. We need to see more of that kind of dynamic. But if you suppress your press and you control it, then the press will say what you want it to say, and it won't get you into trouble as much. That's a nice thing. Okay, well, Bremen, we're going to use our obligation, get them to join us. We're going to stop bankrolling them, get a little bit of diplomacy back, and boom, they are now in our customs union. And we no longer owe them an obligation, or they no longer owe us one. So that is one down. Oh, Brunswick is ready. Let's do that. Boom. And yes, Brunswick is now in our customs union. We can stop bankrolling them. Hanover. Nope, you still want an obligation. Oldenburg wants an obligation, and Hamburg wants an obligation as well. But we've got these 300 points here. Let's use them on France. Let's improve those relationships. Hello, new king. Glad you're there. Now, but about the new king of France. See, now this is another cool thing. All right. You got this guy over here in Russia, Tsar Nicholas. This is Nicholas the First. Okay. Well, he did not like anything that happened in France after the revolution. He was just down on that. He hated Napoleon, of course, and he hated the initial republic because they killed the king. But he kind of liked the restored king, which I think is who is running things now, right? Yeah, Louis. Right. So he liked Louis. He was legit. But when the Orleanist guy took over in 1830, all the other governments in Europe would treat him with respect, and he didn't. Tsar Nicholas called him, instead of mon frère, my brother, it was cher ami, dear friend. Yeah, you're a dear friend, but you're not a brother. You're not on the same standing as I am. And that made the French really mad. There needs to be something where, it's not just Louis Napoleon, who the Russians also didn't really like. It needs to be more than just the monarch or the Louis Napoleon getting mad over the Ems dispatch. It needs to be lots of these authoritarian monarchs need to have a really thin skin, and they're ready to just whack you and declare a war because you insulted them, or cut off trade. They're not going to declare a war, but they will cut off trade. Something punitive, there need to be more insults going back and forth. And back to that free press. Remember, England, the parliament wasn't insulting Russia, but the press sure was, and the Russians got really furious about stuff being run in the British press. How dare you say that? We're not saying it's our press. Well, why don't you control them? We have free press. Oh, so you're not going to control them. You're going to let them keep lying about us. Hey, man, get off our back. Oh, we'll get off your back when you get off our back. Okay, fine. You're not going to get the Ottoman Empire. But, yeah, we are. And, back and forth. And then, hey, can we help you not get the Ottomans? We'd like to help, too. We're a major nation. Yeah, the Sardinians are a whole nother thing there. Yes. But I know I've been going on for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode here at 37 minutes. And we're going to have part 2 coming up later. Or no, part 3. Yeah, part 3. So I hope you enjoy it. Hope all your diplomatic plays go your way. And I hope that the modders make lots of cool new mods. We'll see you next time.